Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Legendary V19 here with you, and tonight or today, anytime you watch start the gameplay we had over here, it's gonna be one of the reasons why I managed to have a number 7 on my ranked here in Arena, and I'm not gonna be forever number 7. I might end up in the top 10 people over there, so you could probably see my name if I manage to do it today when I edit this video, because I was one day before the arena season would be done. I will be doing more after I finish this editing here, which is not much. I just want to do a commentary. If you wanna have a more live action, you can just go back to my stream, because I streamed the whole thing and it was a really fun experience. Because we have the previous ship from the Christmas we had last year, which some people underestimate and didn't like to spend their time or anything to take it, which is a British battleship Lion. And I'm pretty sure it was from a Christmas that you could buy that ship. And you know, I missed Lenin, which a lot of people did, because back in the day not many people knew the game and not many people exactly had an idea of how strong that ship is. But then we have the collectors, which are, thank God, not a lot of them that have the ship, and every time you see it you regret not to have it. But you might regret not having this one right here, because you're gonna see exactly by the end of the match how we're gonna finish. What we're doing right now, we just spawn on the map. I believe we are Alpha, Bravo is on our right, so we went for them. Sometimes you can pay attention what teams are there, if you remember where everyone is spawned, because every time it's the same in the same map. Some maps they have different locations for the people, but if you remember all, you can kind of figure out where everybody spawned. And thank God we ran into the Bravo team, because it was not such a big a challenge. The biggest challenge I had, which I don't know if I can call it a challenge, was to take the Lion or Lion. I think I'm gonna call it Lion. Lion could be the French one, and had HE build with Azerline Nelson that gives you less penetration on your shell type, which can be HE and AP, but increasing your fire damage and your AP damage, even though it's not gonna penetrate. But that's basically a build without will to rebuild. Of course, you just gotta figure out how can you survive by having 4 heals and not having 4 heals and still dying not using all of them. Because if you use all 4 heals and almost survive, or even if you die, you did enough to survive, believe me. As you see, it's a British ship, sorry, and usually most of them, especially this one because it's premium, has a very big amount of health that you can recover. But as I said, you just gotta be very calculated, because you kind of have to figure out when you should start your heal. I believe here I didn't have to start it. I could hold a little bit more, but I said it and I'm like, okay, just let's do it. Let's just keep our health as healthy as possible, because in this version you just wanna keep your health as much as possible if you finish a team, because you never know the next team how much health they're gonna have, and you having more than them, it can help you a lot to take the win, because sometimes it may be very close. But as you see here, my challenge is to go only HE on this game, so we decided triple mass, and then I changed my mind and I'm like, you know what guys, you can take 2 Massachusetts, which is a great American battleship with a very strong AP, and I'm gonna be the HE spammer of the division. So the thing here was never change with AP. I have 2 teammates having AP non-stop, and the only HE they had was the annoying secondaries and very accurate secondaries that they have and help a lot. But it worked out because sometimes you're planning to do something and it just doesn't go your way. And that was one of those games that I can say 95% everything goes the way we predict it to go. But we didn't predict the end, which you're gonna see later on what will happen. Right now, some people will go on the right, but here we decided to give it some time for my teammates to recover, use a health if they lost any, and basically take your time. Because it's still two teams over there, so it's not always up to you to do everything. Sometimes you just need to have a little pause and calculate. See, the Charlie team has all of their ships, the red doesn't, so it will be better idea to focus on the Charlie team. But the reds had nothing to do with the cap, I guess. They just wanted to run, and we're gonna make them pay for that. And as long as they don't shoot back, and they're trying to shoot back at the Charlie team, as I'm saying that as I'm taking a hit. But I'm guessing that's a moment when they change their mind, because Orange is not even in the cap yet, so probably they also had no vision on them. Because it's kind of confusing on this game to understand which team can see which, because it's four teams, so you can be unspotted from the team in front of you, but spotted from behind, and sometimes you get confused and you frustrated yourself because you think you cannot disengage, but it happens. You just gotta figure out it's not super hard. Till now, the plan is still working, got like 12 fires, which going to 7 minutes, that was a lot. I never remember having so many fires on this specific ship, or in general in any other ship, even in a cruiser. But that was one of those games that to be honest, I didn't get hit too much until, like whenever I was getting hit, it was hits like that. You're getting hit once, you recover, and they forget about you once they see how much health you recover back. They're like, okay, that guy has too much health. I guess we gotta change targets now. But that's kind of the way to go with that ship. It's a British, one of those with, I believe, very exposed citadel, or one that it's very easy to hit if you be flat broadside like I am here. But I calculated the time I had to turn my ship, and I knew it was just enough to just, being angle on time. And there is our third fire kill, it must be. Yes, there is a third. 120,000 damage. I'm not sure how much my teammates did, I don't remember, but it was a completely domination from all three of us, no matter which one of us had how many kills, whatever happened. But for a team to survive for so long, we finished Bravo, and then we finished the other two guys from Delta, and still being able to have all three ships alive. That was just a completely domination, and it was 100% guarantee to win as long my teammates would just stick to each other, and they use the will to rebuild until I come over there. And as you see on the map, there is another reload on the right, which a lot of people make the mistake by being like, okay guys, you fight there, I'm going for the reload. But that's gonna be the biggest mistake. It's gonna take you at least 1.5 minutes to take that reload, which that minute can save you 3 of your salvos by sticking with your team. So you gotta figure out which one is better, lose time for better reload, or just stick to your position. And there you go, we got another shot. And if I was about to go right, I'm pretty sure that would be a loss and waste of time just for a better reload, which is not a lot anyway. The biggest difference in it's when it's a cruiser or something, because what I have on the Lion, it's already good enough. And we're gonna take a look at the Lion's armor by the end of this game. I'll probably take a screenshot because I'm not good at editing yet, so I'll put the screenshot in the end of this gameplay and give you kind of idea how you can be better, or if you see a lion, where to shoot it, because it's kind of tricky. As a long arm angle, it's almost impossible for the enemy team to do any damage. And again, here we play with our big heals. Don't put out the fires yet and just hold to it. Just let it burn, because sometimes you think you have 2 fires, but the second fire was about to go out, so now you have only 1 fire, which is nothing. It's just keeping my ship warm, making my shells very hot, and I can get more fire chance on the enemy. Okay, I'm joking. I mean, so there is here, as Spartan says, sometimes you gotta figure out and limit the ships that can hit you, and that's exactly what I'm doing over here. We know there's someone on the left side of the map. We was the orange team. I believe it was a Japanese battleship Key, another premium battleship, which had torpedoes, so I had to do a tactical vision on the island and basically be sure that I'm not gonna get torped. Something that unfortunately our teammate didn't figure out until last moment. I was kind of disappointed because I was not paying attention to see if he knew that the Key had torps. Even though the angle of the torps is really bad, you should still never push a Key, no matter what, especially one that has so much health left on it. You can sometimes get the Citadel, sometimes you may not, depends. So here the plan was, Vlad is going there, so I'm gonna have to stick to my friend, because I realized at this moment that my teammate pushed and he's about to get torped, and I was not sure if they're going to hit him, because I was looking on the map and you can see them pretty soon. And once he was telling me good luck and fair seas, I realized, okay, he's gonna take it. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna be the doctor of the last teammate we have and keep him alive so he can bring us a victory. And what was the plan here? Yes, you can see it happening. Ramming speed, because I know Massachusetts can beat Vladivostok anytime, any day, anyway, and you see that. Another thing you see, 200,000 damage. I think that's the first time in this season of Arena of me hitting that much damage with a battleship, because damage doesn't really matter sometimes, but it was triple battleship, but we managed to do it. And seems like the Key gave up on life and trusted his teammate to bring the victory, but it won't happen. It could happen because the RNGs just almost protected that Vladivostok at least 3 times, and as you can see here, that's exactly what I meant. It was just refusing to die. So yes, that's why sometimes, you know, it's kind of funny the way the games go. Guess it can be the last minute decision, and then you can have RNG deciding for you. You're gonna take the win, you might not, and this happen, and you kind of lose hope. But as a Massachusetts, we have more around us, secondaries, but I believe they don't hit once you get in less than a kilometer. But they might hit, I don't know, because they look like they do. Backgun again didn't do anything because he aimed too much on the belt of Vladivostok. But those last seconds, he was like, now or never, let's take a Kraken, take a victory, expose our broadside, and anything can happen. And we took it. That's we got our number 7 tonight, even though I end up on number 8 in the arena. By having good teammates around you and almost try never to play alone, you're gonna do better. Trust me. Thank you very much for everyone that watched until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more in the future like this. Very fun games to watch and domination. Sometimes less damage, sometimes more, but thank you anyway. Have a good one and Merry Christmas. So, before you go, and I was about to show you the build of the Leon. As you see here we have the typical thing, making the battleship as accurate as possible, giving some concealment so we don't get spotted first. There's good reload, propulsion mode, it's a must. No matter what ship I'm running, it's kind of a must because it saves you a lot of time, especially from torps. There is a 23.8 reload, and that's why we don't really care about the consumables of reload in the map, it's good enough. Secondaries in arena, instead of a plain thing that kills, always a triple flag booster that helps a lot to get on the top, adding some speed if you want to. And that's gonna be our stats: 25% torpedo reduction, 67,000 health, and 406 pretty low fuse, armor pincing as well. The gun traverse, it's kind of a joke, 40 seconds, but it could be even worse. Maximum HE shell damage 8000 because of the build we're running for. Secondaries don't have such a great distance, but when they hit, they light some fires as well. AP shell 14,000, even though we didn't use it at all. Speed 40, or how much? 30 knots, which is good enough. Concealment 13.1, really good, especially for arena and standard. And that's gonna be our armor. For those who don't have the chip and you would like to see where you can hit it, now you can see why you don't get those big hits, because he has a very good side armor. But let's see about the Citadel. Citadel, it's kind of a protected, not too much though. And once you remove that, you can see it's a little bit above the waterline, just a little bit, but it's big enough for you not to miss it if you know where to aim. Try to aim as close as possible to the water and underneath turrets on the back and the front. Never at the bow. The bow can bounce everything. And that's gonna be our commander, Azerly Nelson. Brother, if you want you can run it, if you don't, you don't. In arena I prefer to have low range on the guns, because when I'm fighting one team, the other team won't be able to see me because of the fire penalty on my guns. The lower it is, the lower is gonna be fire penalty. That's the reason that our guns are turning very slow. So we're gonna run Big 7 for the 16% more damage. Marksmanship, making our battleship more accurate. Here how we get 4 heals, and there's no wheel to rebuild, so we go in with fight fire with fire. Inspirations, Mikhail Kadyrov, helping as much as possible for the gun traverse speed, and some accuracy for Andrew Cunningham, as much as possible. That's gonna be it. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you up next time on the next good video. Thank you very much and have a good one.